What is going on? What's up to the good people? Check in, check in. We just gonna have us a good show. In fact, all we doing is just celebrating. I got nothing to teach you today. We just celebrating. I'm just happy. And so check in. And listen, we're not gonna be here for a long time. I feel like I say that at the start of every show. I want you to know that this time is really, really true. Look, I'm here to chill, kick it with my friends for a second, and then go have some fun. So I've been partying it up, and so just turned 47 on Friday, and so my friends, let's check in. Smoking Cubans today. Smoking Cubans. Let me get the mood all set. Let me get us situated. All right, we here. All right, checking everyone. So, what are we doing? What's up, my friend, old fogey? Thank you for your friendship. What's up? Johnny Nova, Cigar Fellowship. What's happening? Mr. Cash is here. What's up, everyone? So, what am I doing tonight? I just pulling out some Cubans. Listen, I smoked Andalusian Bull on my birthday. I got off from work. My daughter probably thought I was crazy. I got off of work, got into the house at 4 o'clock. And then I said, bye. She says, where you going? I said, outside. So I probably seem like an alcoholic. Like I just got off of work, walk in the house, and just grabbed the cigar, grabbed my bottle of whiskey, went outside. And so that's the picture that you guys saw. I had my bottle of Old Carter. Grabbed the bottle. Because the reason I was thinking about it all day. And so as soon as I walked in the house, I mean, listen, there was no, plus we had dinner reservations at 7. So I was thinking, look, I got to hurry up and do this. There's no time. So it looks kind of weird. I walked in the house. First thing I did, grabbed a bottle of whiskey, grabbed a cigar, walked outside, and had a great time. Now I knew I had to be done in about 2 hours because dinner was at 7. I'm smoking an Andalusian Bull. So we all know that's like a 2-hour smoke. So I'm thinking, look, I got to hurry up. And so, but actually I smoked it pretty fast. And I think it burned faster than usual. Flavors were great. So I smoked the Andalusian Bull on my birthday in about an hour and a half. Had me some Old Carter whiskey. I had to drop an ice cube in it. That thing was hot. Okay, tonight, here's what I'm doing. We in and out. And so, in fact, I've been sipping on tequila. So I got some Cascanes, Anejo. So I'm gonna enjoy that. I've been drinking a lot of tequila. It's just been setting with me better, I would say. Whiskey, I mean, it's hot. As you can see, I'm sitting here sweating. And whiskey sometimes, even with that bottle of Old Carter, so that's an expensive bottle, but it's high proof. That thing was like 130 proof. I had to put an ice cube in it. It's too hot to be drinking 130 proof whiskey. So I pulled out one. I got me the Romeo y Julieta. This is a short Churchill. So I'm going to be enjoying this tonight. And so to those watching, to old fogey, yes, your package is headed to you. I know I've been delaying it. Young, your package is headed to you. And then I made another package for Big Manny. So I just been busy. You can imagine my life. The time of me running down to the post office, there just isn't that kind of time. So you guys' package is headed to you. I threw in some Cubans with old fogies. And I'll throw in something. So Big Manny, a good support of the channel. We were just corresponding, I think here or on a video. And I said to him, you know what, brother, what's your address? Send me your address. And that's how we do it. We take care of the people. And so I'm just celebrating. So I got me this Cuban. As you can see, this is again Romeo y Julieta, short Churchill. I'm gonna smoke this real fast. If if I'm feeling like it, I got me another little. This is Monte Cristo number 4, small little Corona size. If and this thing's so well aged, so I've had these for probably about 5 years. If 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 the show ends, if when I get done with this, if I ain't got nothing else to talk about, then we done. And so we might be here 45 minutes. And so please hit the like button, engage. We're not gonna be here for a long time. I might light up that Monte Cristo number 4, but I'm just sitting outside, chilling. Had a good day today. Church celebrated me well, so we just been partying. So Friday night was good. Smoked me a great cigar, had me some whiskey with it. Then we went out to dinner to an amazing restaurant on a lake. I ordered some escargot. Let me know if the people know about escargot. Are we fancy like that? You guys fancy? Escargot means snails. So I had some snails. I had that for the appetizer, and then washed it down. Well, then had some wine. See, I don't like to advertise stuff like this. I got to move this table. I don't want y'all seeing what's behind me. See, I'm not advertising for nobody. Kirkland, you thought you was gonna get a free promo? No, you gotta pay me. I ain't advertising nothing. Okay. Anyway, went out to dinner. I ordered the lamb, had it with some red wine, and so Friday was really good. I enjoyed it. What's up, my friend, frat brothers? Saturday morning, woke up, played golf. Played golf yesterday. Had a great time. Had a really good time. Had fun. Simply put, had fun. And then I didn't preach today. So, therefore, I smoked, what did I smoke yesterday? I smoked something good yesterday. I smoked a Principal Martinique. Because I've been thinking about Cubans. And so, didn't want to light up a Cuban yesterday. So, I lit up a Principal Martinique. And had that with some tequila. Just chilling. That was like Saturday afternoon. Why? Because I didn't preach. So I was like, look, I mean, I always preach, but I was like, I'm not preaching this Sunday. So I might as well just hey, it's my birthday weekend. Have some fun. Then I took my wife out. We went and got some sushi. And then we just chilled. And so I'm in a happy place. So after that, so that's Saturday. Sunday, go to church. They got a whole party planned, food, guest speaker, the whole deal. So I'm in a happy place. I am in a good place. So I said, all right, let me kick it with the people real fast. This cigar, again, Romeo y Julieta, short Churchill. Nothing like an aged Cuban. Yeah, I might hate on Cubans, and you saw some videos the other day. You saw a video of me talking about Atabey. Yeah, I might hate on Atabey, say this and that about it, but there ain't too many cigars as good as an Atabey. And I know a lot of people hate on Cubans. That's just the thing to do, hate on it. Well, there ain't nothing that really tastes like a well-aged Cuban. I mean, and by well-aged, unfortunately, by well-aged, I mean 5 years. It's got to be at least 3 years. At 3 years, they start to taste good. At 5 years, they're just in they're in a next level by themselves. And so, enjoying this, even though I'm talking to you, this cigar, I'm tasting it. I mean, it's just this pleasant. I used to say Cubans have like the saltiness on this, but this one is like a sweet breadiness. Again, this is the Romeo y Julieta short Churchill. This thing is ready. You can smoke a cigar and you know that, okay, yeah, I'm getting the pleasant sweetness on here. This is what a cigar should taste like. And after you smoke a cigar like this, you're left thinking, it's hard to smoke this and go back to a Rocky Patel. I'm just saying, it's hard to smoke something like this and smoke an average cigar. It's hard. Like my entire palate now is just coated with this sweetness. I said a sweet breadiness. I'm trying to think what else. I don't like to say your typical notes. There is going to be your typical Cuban mineral saltiness, sweet breadiness. The taste is lingering. It's like sitting in the mid palate. And it's just good. It's like the perfect cigar for a hot summer night. And so it's not overpowering, but it's present. It's just delicious. It's smoking good. It's just perfect. I'll start to give you some more notes as I continue to enjoy it. Oh, Fogey, got him a Dunbarton. Fogey always got Dunbartons. What's up? Hope you enjoy that. What's happening, Peter? Yeah, and the beauty about Cubans on the retrohale, they're always just so good. Usually with most cigars, retrohale is just black pepper, red pepper, white pepper. With Cubans on the retrohale, you go deeper into the notes. That's the beauty about Cubans. On the retrohale, then you get more of the sweetness. I noticed that most brands can't do that. Most brands on the retrohale, this is where your olfactory is really locked in and getting all the notes. Cubans on a retrohale, you don't get that spice. You don't get that unpleasantness. Doesn't make your eyes water. It's like on the retrohale, you just get more. When I say salt, I don't want to get carried away. I'm talking about like a pink salt. So that's probably the best way to describe it. That pink Himalayan salt, which is actually kind of sweet. And so that's what you get on the retrohale. So anyway, all right, we don't do all the notes. We just came here, just celebrating. Been in a good place. Even when I went to work, I didn't know. I mean, I've only been at this job for about 8 or 9 months. Everybody knew it was my birthday. And so I was pleasantly surprised. My wife got me some really good gifts. She got me a bunch of like massage kind of things. Massaging chairs and foot massages and things that really make my days better. All right, let me get caught up with the chat. So let me know what you guys are doing, what you're up to, what you're smoking on, what you're drinking on. Look, I got a Cuban. I don't know if you guys got Cubans. Light up a Cuban. Let's enjoy this moment. Cubans, tequila. I think, and maybe this is what I'll talk about in a little bit. Life is about just going on different journeys, just living it up. I normally don't smoke Cubans all the time, but I'm like, why not? I got them. Smoke them. Enjoy a new spirit. And I'm enjoying tequila now. So let me know what you're sipping on, what you're smoking on. Yeah, as our cigar fellowship said. So we talking about the escargot. I had escargot. It was heavy with butter and garlic. Yeah, I didn't taste the snail. It just tasted like mushrooms, to be honest with you. And I saw it on the menu, so I went ahead and I got it. So ate some snails. I had to add some salt to it because it just tasted like it was a bit bland. Maybe all I was tasting was the garlic. And so I just sprinkled some salt on it, and then it became good. Now, to spend like $25 for 5 snails, it's kind of, I'm not doing that again. But I had to do it. I had to live it up. All right. All right, so we here. What's up, everybody? What's happening? Peter, DJ. All right, I'm glad you guys are here. And I did that post. And so that was so impromptu. Friday night. In fact, I think the post, let's. I just did a quick post to say, hey, look, I'm chilling. Here's what I'm sipping on. Here's what I'm drinking. Yeah, the post, it's got over 220 likes. Listen, that's a lot of likes. That's a lot of likes. I mean, 220 likes on a post. That that's that's good work right there. That's good work. And that doesn't mean that's not even the views that the post got. That's how many people looked at it, gave a like to it. So many of you gave you left good words, kind words. I appreciate it. That's why am I mentioning this? Because that's something good, something positive, something wonderful. That's you just taking the time out. All I'm saying is, hey, I'm celebrating my birthday. I'm having a good time. And over 200 people says, you know what, man? Good for you. Enjoy it. I mean, that's a wonderful thing. I don't care what nobody says about the world. People say, oh, a bunch of haters in the world. Look. On Friday, I just did a quick post. And this was Friday evening. It's a post most people wouldn't have seen. Over 200 people. Again, okay, how many people watched it, looked at it? Probably over 1,000 at least. But at least 200 people stopped and said, you know what? I'm happy for you. That's a good thing. That shows me that there's a lot of good people in this world. Sometimes we can fixate on the negative and what's wrong, but there's a lot of good people in this world. There's a lot of good things happening. I know I may come on here and give you some entertaining stuff, but there's a lot of good that's happening. So I'm smoking a good cigar, having me some good tequila. I've been eating some good food. And so at the restaurant, I ordered the lamb. It was good. I got it medium. Should have got it in medium well. It was a bit red. I don't like my lamb. I don't like it too red. But I had a good time with my wife and daughter. My other older kids called, checked in with me. My mom called. So we live in a nice world. Things are good. So I'm in a good place. All right. So make sure you guys are checking in. We're about to start some kind of show. We're going to go in a different direction because that's what we always do. But I'm glad you're here. Smoking me a Cuban. This cigar, I imagine it's probably medium bodied. And by medium, I mean, medium strength. And by that, I mean it's probably closer to a 4. But as far as flavor, the flavor on this is like a 7. And so that's such a wonderful thing. And so it's an easygoing Cuban, but it tastes so good. The taste is there. The taste is there. I'm almost starting to get like a red licorice kind of taste on here. The taste is very, very present. You ever had, when some people make Kool-Aid, they make the red Kool-Aid and they put like way too much sugar in it. And then there's some people who they trying to be healthy. So when they make the Kool-Aid, they don't put a lot of sugar in it. That's what this tastes like. It tastes like Kool-Aid light, which is good. It's pleasant. It's wonderful. Like I said, it's like a red licorice, but not like overpowering. I mean, it's a Cuban. All right. What's up, everyone? Yeah, Cigar Fellowship says creamy nuttiness on some Cubans. All right, I can definitely go with that. Yeah, sometimes I can get with Atabays. I tend to get the nuttiness, the almonds. On this one, I'm just getting the pleasant sweetness. And I figure what better to compare it with than some tequila. The tequila, I'm getting like citrus on the tequila as well as a pleasant saltiness. And so the tequila is pairing really well. Again, a lot of people probably don't do tequilas because I'm talking about good tequila. This is Cascanes, the Anejo. All right. So we here, we checking in, just celebrating. Turned 47 on Friday. We've been putting out content. I see that you guys have really enjoyed the whole Rocky Patel discussion. As you guys have enjoyed the discussion, I'm now seeing lots of other discussions related to the same topic, which is all good. It's all good. Talk about Atabay. We got some content coming out next week, talking about working man cigars. And I'm going to give you some Opus X alternatives. I haven't been smoking Opus X any, I'm still down. I'm still team Arturo Fuente, but I haven't smoked. Yeah. So I'm going to give you some alternatives to Opus X. And so we're just trying to help the people. What's up, everyone? Matt Bailey is here. What's up, everyone? And so with today's show, I figure as we celebrate, just doing something I normally don't do, smoking a Cuban, just hanging with my friends, I'm just gonna share just some quick things, that I might have learned this year. I mean, even more particularly this season, this quarter. Turned 47, and it's been a whirlwind. I mean, if we just talking about this summer, from June to now, so much has happened. So much has happened just from June till now. Celebrating Father's Day, celebrating 4th of July, celebrating my father's life, celebrating my birthday. There's been a lot that's been happening. So all we're gonna do is just chat. Maybe share with you what I learned. I got no notes. I did no show prep. But we just here. Yeah, sounds all right. Your stuff's on the way. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Matt Bailey, what he got? Got a Don Collins. I haven't heard of that cigar. Don Collins and some coffee. I gotta check that out. What's up, everyone? My friend here has got him a Aganosa JFR with some Old Forester. Old Forester, that 1920. That's a go-to for me. What have I learned? What have I learned over the past year? As I went to my church today, I didn't even know they had a whole thing planned. They had said what they said. They said, okay, Pastor's birthday. And they just got done celebrating me for my anniversary in April. So it's been a lot of celebrations. So I really wanted to say, look, don't. It's too much. You're overwhelming me. They had said, oh, we're going to have some cake and punch. That's what they said. But I showed up today. I knew it was a sign. I started seeing stuff on social media talking about, let's celebrate Pastor's birthday. And got there today. There's flautas, Hispanic food, some rice. There's different kind of casseroles. And they got this special, I don't know if you guys are in the LA area. There's the best bakery in LA, because they found out that I really like carrot cake. And so they went and got that from the best bakery, the most exclusive bakery in LA. So we got some Mexican food and carrot cake and this is all in our church has a fellowship hall. And I was just blown away by that. Was not expecting it. Truth be told, not that I didn't want it, but I was, I'm chilling. I'm low key. I'm low maintenance. But they decided to do all this. And even though they just did a Pastor's Appreciation in April, here we are a few months later. People coming up to me with cards. And the cards ain't just a well wishes. You open up the cards got checks in them. So I'm like, again? You guys doing this again? Point number one, Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. Salted cashews, popcorn. Yeah, I would go with that. I can see that. I said a sweet breadiness, and I also mentioned some pink salt, but maybe that's a better way of describing it. More like popcorn. More like, yeah, because you get that, what I call breadiness, probably was more of like a graininess. But go where you're celebrated. Because in life, you're going to find yourself in a lot of spaces. If you're a man, there's work. Us, we go to the lounge. There's going to be, maybe you're part of some fraternity, sorority. If you're a lady, there's going to be a church that you go to. Maybe you play a sport. Maybe you're on a softball team, bowling team. There's going to be family. I learned, go where they're going to celebrate you. You ought to, every now and again, be wild. You ought to be around people who they impress you with just their gratitude for you. As men who were rising, grinding, handling business, there's some spaces where people, they just tolerate you. There's some spaces where they just know your name. There's some spaces where you may even, there might be some cigar lounges that you go to. You spend your good hard-earned money. They take your money, but there ain't nothing that they ever did to say, hey, thank you. Thank you for your business. God honest truth. I got a text message from my insurance guy. I got State Farm. My insurance agent. First, I thought it was like a robo-text, so I kind of ignored it. But then I realized I text something back, and then I realized, no, this is the person. My insurance guy sent me a text. And then when I got home, I realized I got a letter from him, a card from him. Hang out with people who celebrate you, not just who tolerate you. Because, yeah, as we live as men, you're going to have a lot of people who they got their hands in your pocket. There's a lot of people who you are going to help. There's a lot of people who, yeah, when you walk in the building, they want you to walk in the building because you are a benefit to them. But sometimes I got to sit back and say, all right, y'all tolerate me, but it's another thing to be around people who are going to take the time to celebrate you. And listen, we all humble, man. I don't need nobody to wish me a happy birthday. I don't think any grown man needs it. And so it ain't something we sit around and ask for. I'm not one of those that send out a text and be like, hey, it's my birthday. Here's my Cash App. Send me some money. Like, no, I'll never do that. I'm never going to remind anyone that it's my birthday. That's not something I'm going to do. It's not who I am. I'm a humble guy. But when you find yourself around people and maybe you mentioned it, and that's what happened at work. I mentioned it. As someone, I had this notebook that was like super old. And someone says, I'm buying you a new notebook. And she says, when's your birthday? And I said, it's next week, in fact. And when the day came, she said, hey, it's your birthday, right? And I'm like, you remember that? You remember? It was just a conversation in passing. But she remembered it. And then when she said happy birthday and everyone else, we were having a production meeting and everyone else said happy birthday. And people walked up to me and started shaking my hand. Happy birthday. It showed me again, be around people who celebrate you, not just people who tolerate you. And so that's one thing I learned, because you can find yourself around a whole lot of people. I got a family member. Listen, got a family member. I went home the other day. Family member. Listen, I'm airing dirty laundry. Get mad if you want. Family member. Whole time I'm home. Ain't got nothing positive to say. Got all kind of mean things to say. Beep, being very aggressive with me. I'm like, dang, that's different. That's weird. But on the last day, brother walks up to me, asks me for some money. When family member pull you to the side, like, hey man, yeah man, I'm happy you doing good and all. Yeah man, let me talk to you about something. You already know. You already know it's coming. I'm like, dude, you ain't said a kind word to me the whole week. On my last day here, you want to borrow money? My friends, go around people who celebrate you and not just tolerate you. And I've been learning that. Let me get caught up with the chat. Let me see. Are you vibing with what I'm saying? Did you learn that lesson in life? Do you know how to tell the difference between someone that's going to celebrate you? And again, just looking at a simple YouTube post, I saw people celebrating. I was just saying, okay, I'm just trying to show you the cigar and the whiskey, just doing content, whatever. I'm not expecting nothing from it. But I got to see that, no, there's a lot of people out here who didn't have to wish a happy birthday, who didn't have to do nothing. Could have just saw the post, kept scrolling. It's not a video, it's not a short, it's just a basic picture. It's good when people can take the time to celebrate you. Let me know. That's the first thing. I don't have a ton of stuff to share with you today. I got 3 points. That's it. It's going to be a quick sermon. That's point number 1. Find people who celebrate you and not just tolerate you. Let me get caught up with the chat. Let me know, do you know the difference? Maybe you think, what's the difference between tolerated and celebrated? Hopefully, I think when you see it, you know it. What's up, brother Daryl, my frat brother? I'm glad you're here, man. Got him a late hour. Davidoff. Celebrating. And some Woodford Reserve Double Oak. That's a solid pour. All right, y'all sounds ain't messing around. Oh man, I'm glad this is celebration. My friend here got him a Davidoff Escudio. Now the cigar is a wonderful cigar. I'm sure he's going to enjoy that. But more significantly, he got him some Blanton's Gold. That's actually probably one of my most favorite whiskeys. Regular Blanton's is kind of, it's kind of basic. Blanton's straight from the barrel, I think drinks a little bit too hot. But the Blanton's Gold. And so the fact that you pull that out to celebrate, I thank you. That shows me that you said, look, you pulling out the best. So I thank you for that. People that celebrate. Listen, a lot of friends, most people corresponded with me via Facebook and this and that. Of course, and I'm not saying, and listen, I'm not some high maintenance kind of guy, so I don't want it to seem like that's the case. But most friends, obviously, okay, I'm a pastor and I got a lot of colleagues and pastoral friends and different relationships. Obviously, I work in the community, so there's going to be people who reach out to me. But usually it's just going to be a text. Happy birthday. A good friend of mine, I'm not going to name drop, but very significant pastor in the Los Angeles area. A very busy man. Got a lot going on. He's also very, very political. Good friend of mine called. And I didn't get the call, but so he left a message, and on the message, he's singing happy birthday. And I'm thinking, this dude got a lot going on, like campaigns, and he's leading a bunch of things, and he's a good friend of mine. And he sings happy birthday. And then he says, hey, man, I love you. Hit me back when you get a chance. He said, I got some gifts for you. I know he meant cigars. He says, I can't wait for us to link up and celebrate. I'm thinking this guy, literally, he didn't just send a text. He called me up and sung the happy birthday song. This is a very busy man, like we all are. Find people in your life that's going to celebrate you and not just tolerate you. Find people who are going to really cherish your time. Find people who they in it for you. They ain't looking for a handout all the time. Find people who gonna celebrate you and not just tolerate you. All right, we doing it up tonight. And again, that's just a lesson I learned in the past season, past quarter. The other big thing, and you've been seeing the content, that's why I'm smoking a Cuban cigar. I'm drinking some nice whiskey. The other thing is just time. That's the vibe I've been on. That's the vibe I've really been. Yes, you know, you have a birthday. To have a birthday, and I don't want to be all morbid, but to have a birthday, you know, your first birthday. So my father dies the end of May. Father's Day rolls around. Then my birthday rolls around. So there's all these thoughts that I'm still processing, if I can be honest with you. I'm 47. My dad died at 82. And so there's this trigger that I suppose it happens whenever you lose a parent. But for that to coincide, the way everything lines up, for me, time. I mean, I've always been, living kind of aggressively, I suppose. I'm not the kind of guy that sits around and waits. But I think the moment you lose, as men, when you lose your father, you start looking at your own mortality. You start looking at your own vulnerability. You start looking at your own life in a different way. And you come to realize that, dang, like, we here. And tomorrow isn't promised. And so I've really been looking at time. And so even when I have this conversation about, being where you're celebrated, not tolerated, I got no time for foolishness. Let me know if that's been your experience. I mean, I first when it happened, I figured, okay, I'm tripping. Dad just died. My mind is racing. But now my mind's still racing. Like, I'm like, look, don't be wasting time. Like, don't. I'm not trying to spend time with people who wasting my time. I even did a video. I literally did the whole Rocky Patel video that you guys have all seemed to have corresponded with and engaged with, where I literally said, look, and let me just go on my Rocky Patel rant. And hey, if Rocky Patel's your favorite cigar, I'm just using that to make a point. I woke up one day, I said, I can't smoke these no more. I look at half my collection. I'm like, look, I can't smoke. Look, all the mediocre stuff, all the average stuff, all the stuff, the yard guards. Listen, all the stuff that ain't great, but, you just kind of buy it, smoke it, and you just keep it. You smoke it whenever. Something came over me and says, no, there ain't no whenever. There's not going to be no more moments. There ain't no more moments for me to sit and smoke a Rocky Patel. Like, listen, I'm not trying to sound all bougie, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Something triggered in me that says, you ain't got that kind of time. You gonna spend an hour smoking a subpar cigar? Listen, something came over me that says, I ain't doing it again. You know what? A friend of mine texted me the other day, and I'm like, and I already knew. It's like, all right, it's one of those, like, he ain't trying to do nothing. He whatever. I'm like, I ain't got time to have basic conversations. I don't have time to even watch. Sometimes I go to watch, a game. I'm like, look, if the game isn't exciting, if it don't matter in my life, I don't have the time. I don't have time for foolishness. I don't have time for anything mediocre, subpar, average. If it ain't gonna take my mind and my experience and just my well-being to another level, I don't have that kind of time no more. And so that's been the journey that I've been on, where and I even say to myself, in fact, if you saw that the Atabey video. So I did all these videos like right after, one after the next. I think you guys can see that. So I went from saying, look, I can't smoke Rocky Patels no more. And then I said, all right, let me light up an Atabey. And then I was like, look, all right, what does that mean? Am I only smoking outer base for the rest of my life? Like, okay, what does that mean? But the bottom line for me is, if the cigar isn't great, if the experience isn't amazing, if it's not going to wow me, I got a whole whiskey collection. A lot of it is just basic pours, your Buffalo Trace, your mixers, your bottle of Henny. I'm like, look, if this ain't the best, I don't have time to smoke it. And so let's do this. Let me get some engagement. I want to see how you guys. I feel like, yeah, I'm on a reflective, contemplative journey. There's been a lot of transition in my life in the past 2 months. But let me know, do you get what I'm saying? And as we do this, for the sake of engagement, let's do this. What's the cigars? Okay. Okay, we're going to do it one of two ways. What's the cigar? I want to end with positive, but okay, we got to start with what we taking out of our lives. What's the cigar that you kind of realize that, look, I can't smoke these no more. They just ain't that good no more. They don't wow me. I just got to let them go. If you follow this channel, I've talked a lot about, I used to always talk about the Rocky Patel Edge Habano. I used to always talk about the Rocky Patel. I used to like the 1990 series. I used to like the decade. I used to like, for the most part, most of the edges. But now I'm like, I don't see me taking the time to do that anymore. So let's do this. Because I didn't come to chat the whole time. Let me let you guys engage. What's the cigar where when you smoke your last one, you realize that's the last one. I can't smoke these no more because it's not wowing me. It ain't a good use of my time. Go ahead, put that in the chat. Let's get some engagement going. Like I said, I'm smoking this one cigar, and then that might be it. I might light up the second one. We 45 minutes in. We not here all night. Is there any cigars that you... And the reason why I want to do this, not to hurt the companies, but I hated that sometimes you buy cigars and, you buy them probably based on hype. And now you got a whole box of cigars that you're like, damn, I wish I hadn't bought these because these are a waste of my time. They are wasting my money. And now what am I going to do with the rest of this box? Like, I got all these Rocky Patels. What am I going to do with them? Do I smoke them while I'm cutting the grass? Do I smoke them while I'm playing golf? I guess I'll find a space for them. But I wish I knew then what I know now, that, you know what? Spend the extra few dollars and get you the right cigars. So you don't have a whole collection filled with cigars that's just filling up the whole collection. I look at my collection now, half the cigar. I mean, okay, not half, but there's a percentage in there where I'm like, I'm not smoking these. There's no day I'm gonna sit down and smoke one of these because I don't have that kind of time. What's the cigars where you're like, yeah, I ain't smoking no more of these? And as you guys put that in the chat, let me get caught up. Yeah, my brother talk about family members. Yeah, you got a Barry Sanders now. Look, when he started telling me the story, and somebody gonna be mad, like, oh, you should have mentioned that. Look, I mention what I want to mention. Look, I'll say what I want to say. Yeah, you got them family members, they won't pull you to the side with some kind of sob story. I'm like, look, man, I work 2 jobs. You don't work a single job. And you think a story is going to get me to give you money? Nah, dude. All right. So, yeah, you got to Barry Sanders him. You got to hit him up with, oh, really? Oh, damn. All right, man. I see what I can do. That's what I tell him. I see what I can do. You know, let me get back home. Let me see what I can do. Maybe let's see if I can move some things around. Now I wonder if when they hear that, I wonder if he's hearing. What we talking about? We talk about like family members who they ain't trying to celebrate you at all. They ain't got. They usually don't even have a nice thing to say to you, but then they won't hit you up for some money. And so listen, we gonna talk about a lot of stuff tonight. What do you say to them? how do you juke them? What I like to say, I like to hit them up with the, oh, you know what? Let me check my accounts. Let me see what's going on, and I'll see what I can do for you. And I always wonder, okay, does he think I'm gonna look at my bank account, right, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm supposed to pay my kids' college tuition, but I'm not gonna pay that. I'm gonna give you the money. Oh, I'm supposed to take my family on a vacation, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna send you the money. Oh, I'm supposed to pay my own bills and take care of my responsibilities, but you got a sad story, so I'm gonna shift everything around. You ain't talked to me all year long, and when you did talk to me, you had some negative thing to say. But I'm a shift everything around so I can give you some money. I don't even know if the old me used to fall for that, but the new me, please. I'm only hanging out with people that's celebrating. So and okay, I'm not trying to sound all like, oh, you gotta be propping me up on your shoulder, but it's got to be some kind of encouragement. When I'm around you, I gotta feel better. Gotta feel like you got me and I got you. It's gotta be mutual. Simply put, don't talk crap to me and about me and then ask me for money. Like, nah, that ain't happening. So lesson number 1 that I learned: find people who are gonna celebrate you. Lesson 2: anything that's wasting your time, get rid of it. All right, let me get caught up. Young says he gonna try the Cavalier Lancero that I sent him for his birthday. All right, light it up. I think you're gonna enjoy that because it's so well aged. Enjoy it, my friend. Man, you stole the show right here, Brother Darrell. He said, don't be around people who treat you like a Rocky Patel when you're in Outer Bay. I mean, that's wow. That's a legendary comment. Thank you for that one. Don't be around people who treat you like a Rocky Patel when you in Outer Bay. Listen, we all know this. I ain't trying to start no mess. But we all have those friends who let's say you're doing some exchange or whatever, we got those friends who, and I'm not trying to be all bougie, but I'm just laying it out. I think there's also, to add to your point, Daryl, there's people who, when they're in your company, you gonna give them an Opus X. You gonna give them an Atabay. Anyone who's gotten cigars from me, I think old Fogey can say this. He might say, oh, my first Atabay, you sent it. My first Cuban, you sent it. There's some of us who, if you chilling with us and we lighting up cigars and we drinking, I'm only pulling out the best. I'm only going to pull out the Opus and Atabays. Give those to my friends. But then there's some friends, when it's their turn, they can give you a Rocky Patel. I think there's some lessons in this here, my friends. The friends who give you a Rocky Patel after you give them Opus X's, you got to look at them relationships and where I am in life. I mean, we can make a hashtag out of that. Don't hang with people that give you Rocky Patels when you give them Atabays. Is it about money? Nah, it ain't about money, but it's about something. It's about something. And I notice there's some other expressions here. There's some other expressions here. I think someone said, well, okay, I'll make up the expression. I can't remember it, so I'm gonna make it up. I learned, look, there was people I was ready to bleed for who wouldn't piss on me when I was on fire. All right, that sounds kind of weird. All right, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Like, there's people who I was ready to do everything for. Ready to, I mean, if they call me up, I'm there. Ready to bleed for them. Give it all up for them. When I needed some help, ghosts, crickets. There was a time, listen, all the whiskey you see I got, all the cigars, backyard, I was always having parties. I would, cook up a ton of food, just bring the cigars out, bottles, and I'm talking about just good stuff. I'm not talking about I'm bringing out just a basic Knob Creek. No, I'm talking about I'm bringing out my old Carter, bringing out Blanton's, Eagle Rare. Like, look, man, y'all, we bringing out E.H. Taylor, bringing out good stuff. I never bring out like just regular items. If friends are coming over, all I'm bringing out is good stuff. And I found myself in that place where my parties were just insane. Cigars and whiskey and food and by food, I'm talking about tri-tip. I'm not talking about, I'm just saying, like, taking care of the people. Someone hit me up the other day. They say, hey, I haven't hung out with you when you throwing your next party. And I'm like, and I thought about it. We hang out when I throw a party. So I'm like, wait a minute. So if I don't throw a party, we ain't hanging out. So I'm thinking like, okay, so you ain't seen me in a year, right? Because I was down. Remember last year, lost my job, was unemployed. That would have been time for you to throw a party and invite me and encourage me and pick me up. But because I couldn't throw the parties, there wasn't no parties being thrown. You see, these are the kind of things that the journey I've been on the past year. Listen, I'm an open book. I'm going to sit here and tell you, oh, life is great. And when things going bad, I'm going to sit here and say, yeah, man, just lost my job. Man, I'm down right now. But what I learned in that moment is, who was with you when you was down? Who invited you out? Say, hey, man, look, I know you're struggling right now. All right, let me take you out to lunch. You know what, man? Hey, normally you host Super Bowl, throw big old parties. I'm going to host Super Bowl this year, man. Come on over. Last year, I don't think I went to any parties because I realized, I was the one that would throw the parties. And so that taught me a valuable lesson that, hey, sometimes people say, hang out with people who was with you when you was down. Hang out with people who was with you when you was in the gym putting up shots. I already know, and when I was unemployed and I was down, money was tight, I knew that this day would come. I knew I would get back up. I knew life would turn around. But now that life done turned around, I'm like, wait a minute, I remember last year. I remember who was there. I remember who wasn't there. And so as I go in this season of life, these are just some of the things that's coming to mind. Just some things coming to mind. And it ain't about being negative, but it is. I learned some things. Because, yes, I was up for a long time. Great job. Everything was great. And sometimes life will throw some monkey wrenches at you. And I was happy for it. I was sad when I was going through it, but I got to see who my real friends were. I got to see who was going to be there for me when things aren't going good. All right, okay. I think I've been chatting a lot. Okay. I think I had to put out a couple things. Okay, what's the cigars? We ain't smoking no more because they just wasting our time. Old Fogey puts a great quote here. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. We got to live it up. We can't be wasting time. So life is too short to be smoking bad cigars. What's happening, Mark? We just chilling. I mean, I'm loving this Cuban. Smoking great. Fantastic cigar. This is the Romeo y Julieta Short Churchill. I might light up. It's just a basic. Well, okay. It's Cuban. It's a Monte Cristo number 4. Shame on me for calling it basic. I mean, it's a Cuban cigar that I've been aging for about 3 years. Mark says, factory smoking that cigar. Used to think they were fine for hiking and whatnot. But yeah, I always try to not be all bougie. But yeah, I'm not really. And I always want to put this caveat. Depends on how much you smoking. So if you the kind of guy, you live a life, you smoke 5 cigars a day, I guess, then light them up. But a guy like me, I mean, I'm smoking one a day, so it's got to be special. So I'm much rather just give me a Series V Milano. Can I smoke old Opus X and Atabase every day? Maybe not, but then I think about it. Can I waste time? Now again, all right. We just talking about, because I do get a sense that most of the people that watch this, sure, there may be some young men here. I look at my channel analytics. Most of the people are between the age of, the majority is between the age of 35 and 55. And I just think as you get a little bit older, you hit 40, 50, you start looking at time a little bit different. I'm not saying every cigar's got to be super expensive, but there's just some things I just don't want to do anymore. What's up, Ryan? Glad you're here. Yeah. So, Foki's mentioning the Room 101. Yeah. I mean, Matt Boo, the Room 101 stuff, they used to hit. He's got one, the Big Payback, especially the Maduro. It used to hit. I might be able to sneak one of those in, but I don't know. I don't know. Another brand I used to smoke, but I don't know if I can still smoke them. Like you used to hear me talk about all the time. It was called the Persian King. I don't know if I can smoke them. And listen, I don't want to ruffle too much feathers, but I mean, a lot of the Perdomos. Listen, I'm sure somebody's watching and you're like, that's my favorite cigar. I like Perdomos. I know they're coming out with some new stuff, Legacy, but sometimes I find myself saying, I don't know if I want to sit here and smoke this anymore. All right, you guys are here. Make sure you're hitting the like button. I appreciate you guys for just your support, just celebrating. I do think it's a big thing when you can celebrate somebody else. When you can say, hey, man, it's your birthday. Hey, man, I'm happy for you. I'm from a culture where, look, somebody's birthday, just send them something. That's just, it's your way of saying, hey, man, look, it's your birthday. Oh, man, okay, well, look, all right, let me sing you a little something. Go get you some lunch, get you some dinner, maybe go get you a bottle on me. I think that there's a humility for men when we can just celebrate somebody else. Messi says the Tatuaje stuff. All right. I mean, I can see that. And I'm not trying to be, I mean, obviously the brands probably don't like me as it is. But all I'm saying is cigars, it ain't just to pass the time. It's to enjoy your time. When you light up a cigar, it does it have to wow you? Yeah, it has to. It should. Does any of us here, and I'm just using this as a base. Okay. I imagine most people probably make $20 an hour. I'm just saying as a base. Is there anyone here that can go to work and just goof off for a solid hour? I mean, can you go and tell your employer, hey, look, I'm just going to chill and scroll through Instagram for an hour. Still pay me. Your employer, who probably makes millions of dollars, isn't going to waste $20 on an hour. There's nobody here. You can go to work and chill for an hour. You can work for Boeing or Tesla. They got billions, trillions of dollars. They won't waste an hour. They won't waste $20 on an hour. You mean to tell me some of these cigar brands want me to waste $20 and smoke your cigar for an hour? You wouldn't expect that from Microsoft, Tesla, Boeing, Ford. Ain't nobody wasting an hour for $20. But you want me to do it. So again, when I think about it like that, like, no, I can't waste that time. I can't waste that time. Even if your cigar's a $12 cigar, I can't waste that time So no. And so what does it mean? It means, yeah, brands, step it up. Make good cigars. And the crazy thing is, yeah, when I come out and say these kind of things, it seems like, oh, I'm hurting the brands. I'm hurting brands by telling them to be good, to stop wasting people's time. Listen, here's the word. We done with mediocrity. We done with average. You don't have to make no more economy sticks and yard guards. We done with it. We ain't smoking that stuff no more. Why? Because there's so much good stuff we can smoke. And so even as we have this conversation, we all know you can get you a CAO Brasilia for about $8. That's worth an hour of your time. There's a lot of stuff we can get. So we just mentioned, okay, what's the stuff where we not wasting our time with it anymore? We can't do it. We're going to do a couple things, but we're not wasting time. All right. Fellowships, he's smoking a Padron 64. Good stuff. Just enjoy it. We said, okay. We're talking about the Room 101 15th anniversary. As he calls them, he said they were dog rockets. I mean, that's just so bad. I get angry. I'm saying positive because it's my birthday and I've been having a good time. But bad cigars make me angry because I think it does a disservice to everybody. You made a bad cigar. So if I say it's a bad cigar, so now, all the rollers and farmers and the people who made the cigar now look like I'm dissing them when you the one that made a bad cigar. And now if I don't say it, my brothers and my sisters are going to go out and buy your bad cigar and waste their money, waste their time, but we can't talk about it because you made a bad cigar to begin with. And so this is why it's, and yes, as I get to the place where I am in life, I can't waste time. I cannot smoke a bad cigar. I mean, who's got an hour that they can just burn? This Cash says that the Drew Estate Deadwood collection. We can't do those anymore. I've never really done okay. Drew Estate. I mean, all they got to do is make good cigars. I'm not being hard on them. Pause. But they just got to make better cigars. Because what you got to realize, there's younger people smoking cigars now, but this guys like us. I don't have an hour to smoke something that's subpar. What's up, everyone? Ryan is here. Tito is here. We feeling good. We having a good time. I've been just living it up. Chess. Like I said, I went from Andalusian Bull. And even as I was smoking that cigar, I was thinking to myself, yeah, like that's my norm right now. Like, yeah, the cigar should taste good. Should be excellent. Should be fantastic. All right, I smoked everything I could out of this one. All right, I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna light up this other one. This is real quick. Yeah, as you can see this is the Monte Cristo number 4. I couldn't afford the number 2, so I got the number 4. These are quick little smokes for me, just delicious. I got these probably about 2 years ago. Just smoking Cuban cigars, drinking me some tequila on a hot summer night, just chilling with my friends. And so content is coming out. You're going to get your content. In fact, I think on Tuesday, I'll drop a video entitled, kind of what we're talking about, cigars for the working man. I don't want to sound like I'm being all bougie, but after a working man has spent all day working, I don't think he should have to smoke some subpar cigar. I just don't think so. Does it mean he's got to smoke expensive cigars? I don't think so either. But there's gotta be There's got to be something, I guess, in the middle. It's got to make sense. Because no man or woman that works hard all day, sits down to smoke a cigar, should have to smoke a bad cigar. All right, so I got this quick little Monte Cristo number 4. Cuban, been aging this for a long time. Glad you guys are here. I appreciate you guys. Just celebrating my birthday, drinking some tequila. I'm gonna smoke this real fast. We'll probably be done in about 15, 20 minutes. Do I have more to say? Not a whole ton more to say. But we're going to wrap up the conversation that we started. Just mentioning 3 things. Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. I think another jewel that was dropped. Daryl said it. Yeah, you got to watch your relationships. There's going to be some people, you gift them with Opus X's and Atabase. They return the favor with Rocky Patels. I mean, I think that's very philosophical. There's a message in that. There's some people you're going to go all out for. You're going to sacrifice for them. Give them the best you got. And they're going to return to you just some random stuff that they're trying to get rid of. There's some people, you were there for them, ready to sacrifice it all. I mean, there's people in my life who, yes, I've literally thought, oh man, I was going to use this money to do something for my family, but you need it? Oh, let me help you out. Come to find out, usually it's a scam to begin with. And then also when you learn, they wouldn't have done the same thing for you. Again, there's some people you're going to bleed for, and they wouldn't even spit on you if you was on fire. And so that's a lesson I had to learn. It's all about guarding and protecting my time. Messy Thrill says, I had to let go of people giving me cigars with 2nd and 3rd degree cracks in them. Yeah. I mean, there's some people who think like that. I as a pastor, one of the things I always have to tell people, like when we do like clothing drives and food giveaways, there's some people that when they think about, oh, let's do a clothing drive, let's do a food giveaway, they want to take their worst and give it to somebody. And so when you do these different food giveaways and you say, bring your canned goods to church, we're going to give it away. Half the stuff people bring is expired. A lot of people have the mindset that, oh, I'm going to give my trash. I'm going to give the stuff I don't want anymore. I'm going to give the jeans that got holes in them. And my thinking is, no. If you're going to give somebody something, give them your best. Give them something good. Don't give them your expired food. And there's some people in our lives who got that mentality. They'll show up for you when it's convenient for them. They'll gift you something that they got gifted by somebody else. And you can see it. You can tell. I'm only kicking it with people who going to make the time for me. And people who going to bring the same kind of energy that I bring. And so, what's up, everybody? Big Manny is here. Glad you're here. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, and I'm just saying this as an example, not trying to sound all braggadocious, but yes, tonight, what I'm going to do, because I told Big Manny, and he already knows it's coming, I said, hey, man, send me your address. When I go to make him like a little package, I'm not going to like find, okay, where's that Perdomo I didn't like? Where's that Rocky Patel I didn't like? Where's that Monte Cristo that I didn't like? Monte Cristo New World that I didn't like. I'm not going to find the bad cigars and send that to a friend. What I'm going to do, I'm going to say, where's the good stuff? Where's the stuff I've been saving? Where's them Cubans? Where's them Atabase? Where's them Opus? That's what I'm going to send to a friend. And it's certainly my hope that I'm around people who they're going to do the same thing for me. Old Fogey. I mean, he sent me some insane, like the Opus X 20th anniversary. Like, that's the kind of stuff he just sent me the other day. The Opus X Black Panther or pink black. That's what you send to a friend. You send your good stuff. So when you do your cigar bombs, and then when you just send in the stuff that somebody sent you that you didn't like, that's not friendship, my friends. And all I'm saying is, in my life, there's so many people. What's up, cigar brother? So glad you're here, doing your thing, my friend. I talked about you a lot last week. It's just in sharing how you taking the game to another level with the cinematics and the whatnots. So I'm really glad you're here. There's a ton of people. I mean, one of my joys is when I hear people say, other cigar content creators say, hey, the first Cuban I ever smoked was from you. Or the first this, or the first that. Because, yeah, if I send somebody some stuff, it ain't going to be some regular stuff. Now, if it is like a regular cigar, let's say if I send you like a Amazon Basin, it's going to be because that's like the 2022. It's got to be something special about it. It's got to be something that there's a reason why I sent you that Melanio, because it's old, it's aged. And so we got to take care of each other. But also, again, I'm only associating with people who have that mindset. I heard someone say, I think Dion Cole said this. Listen, another thing I learned in life. All right, look, we about to talk. Let me get comfortable. We about to talk. I'm now smoking this Monte Cristo number 4. We about to talk. If it's my birthday, and again, I started to show off by saying there's a lot of positive people in the world, tons of you guys, hundreds of you guys have just shown me love. I appreciate it. To be able to say, look, about 200 of my subscribers, kind of reached out to me, showed me a lot of love. That's fantastic. That's a large number. I got 200 people that's going to do good by me. Listen, these are life lessons. Here's who I'm cutting out. All right, I'm trying to stay focused. Okay, we talking about cigars that we not smoking anymore. We said Gurkha is out. We all right. We talking about time. I want to stay focused. I got another point here. The show is unscripted. It's unscripted. We talking about cigars that we can't waste time with anymore. Messi says it don't matter if we smoking 105 a day. We only smoking bangers. We only smoking good stuff. It doesn't mean we're gonna break our banks, but we're only smoking good stuff. What's up, Enrique? So glad you're here. Daryl Cobb says you're not doing infused cigars no more. Like, just no. Again, my audience, look, we got some life behind us. A lot of us, I'm pretty sure the average age of the people that watch my show is probably more like 40. We ain't got that much time. What's up, everybody? Yeah, the Johnny Tobacconist is pretty good. I think because we were talking about some Matt Boot stuff. What's going on? We not wasting time. What's up, everybody? Big Manny. Again, your package is headed out. Cigar Brother smoking him Salvador. Oh, he's smoking him El Septimo. So all I know is time is precious. I'm just sharing with you what I learned. Now, if you smoking, I don't know, maybe you 25 years old and you got time. Look, I work 2 jobs. I got 3 kids, 1 wife. I ain't got time to be messing around smoking no basic cigar. So when I light something up, it's going to be something good. So Cigar Brother, he's smoking him an El Septimo. So I already know those things are good. What's up? My frat brother says the Persian King is awful. You ain't lying. It tastes. I used to like it because I used to get it as a cabinet, 50 of them. I used to like them, but I was younger back then. I used to like them. I changed, but yeah, I'm not gonna smoke them anymore. They were very budget friendly back in the days. I do think that there are some budget cigars that are good. So I want to be clear. There's some budgets. Okay. All right. We'll unpack this. All right. Young says you can't smoke the New World Cohibas anymore. I'm not doing that. Can't do it. Cannot do it. All right. We talking about stuff we can't do. So El Septimo got a bad rap. I mean, I think they're fine. I mean, the owner, I guess, is that billionaire guy. I like the Queen of Sheba. That's pretty much the only one I had. We only hanging out with quality people. We only smoking good cigars. All right. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. That's all I ask of you. You ain't got to send me nothing. Just hit the like button. I learned I can only be with people that's going to celebrate, not people that's going to tolerate. And that's in all regards. That's in all walks of life. Professionally, everywhere I find myself. What's going on, everyone? Checking in from Detroit. What up, though? I know your language. And this brother, I mean, listen, this show is so real. All I'm doing is sitting here talking about, and I said to you, I told you guys at the start, I'm going to be here for a quick 45 minutes. But then the show got good. Okay. The show got a little bit good. I mean, I got nothing scripted, nothing I came to talk about. I'm just celebrating, just sipping on some tequila, some grown man stuff, Cascanes, Anejo, smoking Cubans. So I smoked me a Romeo y Julieta, Short Churchill. Now I'm smoking me a Monte Cristo No. 4. And we're just talking about some of the things I learned in this season of my life. Turned 47. I can't be wasting time anymore. Cannot be wasting time. And I'm only hanging out with people that value my time, that value me. We said earlier, we can't be in no friendship where I'm giving you Opus X kind of love and you giving me Rocky Patel kind of love. I mentioned Old Fogey. He sent me like amazing stuff. Opus X 20th. Insane stuff. This brother here, BLD 873. Just showing you guys. Show is real. Unscripted. I got nothing. I got no notes in front of me. Just talking to the people. Saying, look, I'm only hanging out with people, associating with people that's going to give me that real love back because I know what I'm going to give to the people. This brother reached out to me and said, hey, you smoke Christoph? I'm like, yeah, nah, not really. I haven't heard of him. He sends me like 10 of them. And not like some little, Robustos. No, he sends me the cream of the crop. He sends me all the best Christoph that they have. Here's a brother, watches the show, watches the channel, enjoys it. And just decided to just send some love. There are some great people out here. There's some amazing people out here. There's some wonderful people out here. And as a result of it, the way I'm living my life is I'm only going to be giving love to those kind of people. I'm not going to do sometimes you got those friendships where it's like, we kind of friends, but I'm not doing it. Because there's so much great people out here. So again, this brother, all the way from Detroit, sent me some amazing cigars. I mean, I've been smoking those Christophs. I took a couple when I went to the Bahamas, sat on the beach and smoked them. Amazing cigars. He just sent me his good stuff. All right. So as we talk about friendship, right? Listen, here's the thing with friends. Let me know how you feel about this one. I'm not kicking it with friends like this no more. Don't invite me out to lunch because it's my birthday. And then you and then we gotta split the check. Listen, all I'm saying, listen, we two men, right? I get it. If we go out to lunch, obviously I'm gonna pay for my food, you pay for your food. But if you invite me out to lunch and you talking about, oh man, I mean, I don't know when this started. Don't invite me out to dinner to celebrate something, and then when that check come, it's if we gotta pull out calculators when the check come. If when the check come, it's gonna be some kind of moment where it's like where it gets a little dicey. Don't invite me out to lunch and be like, hey man, I want to celebrate you, man. Yeah, let's go out to lunch, let's go to dinner. Yeah, man. And then when the check come, so that means you didn't invite me. All that means is we showed up at the same place at the same time, and now I'm paying for my meal, you paying for your meal. That you see, that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, that ain't love, that ain't friendship, that ain't celebration. That's just we two dudes on a date, and that's all it is at that point. Like, this ain't. I started off the show by saying back in the days, last summers before that, I would throw parties and my wife would be cooking all day. I'm on the grill all day. I'm laying out the bottles, laying out the cigars, because I'm showing love to my friends. They gonna show up. We good. Back in the days, I always host Super Bowl. The old me would have host like the Conor McGregor fight. Like the old me used to do stuff like that. Put it up on the big screen, have everybody come over, watch the fight. That was just my contribution. That's okay. Everybody come on over. I'm getting the fight. Nowadays, I'm noticing people, listen, there's events. Folks be like, oh, I'm getting the fight. Come on over. Just chip in when you get here. I'm like, chip in? Listen, if you ain't got it, then don't invite me. That's all I'm saying. Like, the way I'm from and where I'm from, if you're going to invite somebody to something, that means you got it. That means you covering. That means, you good. It's like, okay, all right, I'm treating you. Don't have me come to your party to watch the fight and you passing a plate around. Listen, stop doing that, please. Don't talk about, oh, I got the fight. Everybody just got to pay $5. No. All right, man. No, don't invite me no more. Don't invite me to nothing where I gotta chip in. Now, what does it mean? Does it mean I'm cheap? No, I ain't cheap. But all I'm saying is, if you ain't got it, then you don't need to be hosting nothing. Let me know if I'm wrong on this one. Sometimes I be feeling like I'm wrong on a lot of these things. I'm like, yeah, it's probably me, because I'm seeing this a lot. Like, dude, invite me out to lunch for my birthday, and then tell the waiter, yeah, that's separate checks. All right, man. Okay, got it. So I done took the time out to come to lunch with you, celebrate my birthday. Okay, got it. Listen, if when that check come around, if you got to pull out calculators, and I said this earlier, Deion Cole said this. If when that check come around, if you got to pull out calculators, talking about who got this, I mean, it's sad. I mean, so there's entire events that I just don't go to no more. If it's like a bunch of people and let's go to Benihana. Yeah, yeah. Check come around. You talking about who got the second iced tea? Who ordered the appetizers? Listen, here's where I'm from. I'm from a space where somebody's just gonna host it. Okay? We all got seasons of life. We got times where there may be a time when I'm up. Maybe a time when you up. Maybe you just got a bonus check. Maybe who knows? Maybe your taxes came in. Whatever. Your money is good. You feeling friendly. You host an event. Call some friends over. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go to root Chris, that means you good. That don't mean we sit here with calculators trying to figure out who ordered the hot wings. I'm just from a space where it's like, look, there's an expression that goes, today for me, tomorrow for you. All that means, all right, I got us today. I'm doing good right now. Maybe you got us tomorrow. Okay, it's all love, whatever. No big deal. Thing I learned in life, like I told you guys, and I'll say this, okay, so I worked for Boeing for about 17 years. And so all of 2000s, I was good. I was up. I'm getting that good defense dollars. Life is good. But yeah, last year, lost my job. And then I was like, damn, I'm down. It ain't good no more. But when I was up, hosting all kinds of stuff, parties all the time, paying for dinners, doing it all. Why? Because I had it. I was making, good money. And I just thought that was life because, I worked, the money came in so long. My whole 30s, 40s, the money was there. So I just figured, this is life. These are my friends. Everything's great. Life is amazing. But then I lost my job and I was like, damn, where my friends at? Where everybody go? I still want to go to Benihana. Can somebody cover? I covered the last 3 times. No, nobody, no more invites. No. And I learned a lesson, my friends. I learned that, look, it ain't about who with you when you up. It's about who got you when you down. It's about who genuinely care for you. Everybody's going to check for you when you winning. Everybody's going to check for you when you up. Everybody's going to check for you when you hosting the party. But what happens when you stop hosting? What happens when you sitting here waiting for an invite? And so those are just some of the lessons that I had to learn in this season. And so Fogey says, you should throw out a hella spread. And he told me about what he'd be cooking. He would spend days preparing for a feast. He says, since he quit doing that, you see very few of his friends. That's the thing I had to realize. I'm like, wait a minute. Are you guys friends or you just guests? Because when I'm throwing the party, I got like 30 people in the backyard. But when I'm not throwing the party, it's like 5 of us. And so I had to come to realize that, these people, they wasn't here for the friendship. They was here to eat and drink and have a good time. And so again, just the lesson I had to learn in life was everybody partying with you ain't partying with you. Some people just here. So that's just a lesson I learned. I can't waste time. I can't waste time with the wrong people. And even when we come down to cigars, whatever you want to call it, spirits, whiskey, tequila, I just can't waste that time anymore. It might just be a season of life. Back in the days, you figure, okay, you're trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. And so you figure, okay, how do I make this E&J taste good? Maybe back in the days, I was like, man, how do I make this budget cigar worth it? We all been, listen, we've been, I've lived a long life, 47. Yeah, I had to learn how to make some top ramen taste like it's a gourmet meal. I had to learn how you get that top ramen and you crack the egg in it, put some seasoning salt, some onion pepper, garlic pepper, cayenne pepper. There was a season of life where I had to learn how to do more with less. And so maybe back in the days, maybe I was smoking whatever cigar. Maybe I was drinking whatever. Listen, I know I used to drink E&J. Shouts out to those who drink E&J. Much love to you. I don't really drink E&J anymore. But I remember back in the days, I used to figure out how to make E&J taste good. Mix it with Kool-Aid. Listen, the Bible says, when I was a young man, I did young man things. But after a while, I had to put away some of those things. And so that's just the journey that I'm on. To anyone that's on a journey, listen, I ain't trying to judge you for where you are on your journey. All I'm doing is, look, I'm the one with the camera. I'm the one with the mic. I've been celebrating. And yes, my wife said to me as we were driving home, she's like, you're so spoiled. It's like, what are you talking about? She's like, all day long, everyone been spoiling you. All weekend long, everybody been spoiling you. She's like, how you feel? You feel spoiled? I was like, no. Like, I feel appreciated. And I think when you're a good person, when you work really hard, when you pour into others, it's okay to feel like that. I didn't ask for anything. You know, I'm just a guy rising and grinding. Just trying to be good. Trying to do good by people. And what I've learned in life, on my little journey that I've been on, sure. From my father's passing to Father's Day to my birthday, all within like a 30-day period. I'm learning that, yeah, life is wonderful. There's a lot of wonderful people out here. And the reason I keep going back to this, because my dad, one of the things my dad used to do, my dad's one of those kind of guys. He grew up poor himself, and then he kind of made it towards the end. And he was always giving away. You know, he was that guy. He made a great corporate job, and he was always giving it away. And I would watch him as a kid. That's where I got it from myself. But then I think I saw some lessons in that. Even, you know, listen, I'm not trying to be all morbid, but when I think about even my dad's funeral, if I can be honest with you, when I think about all the people that he gave to, my dad was that guy, paying people's rents, just helping people out, paying their kids' tuition, just helping. I would have figured that in the end, you know, it certainly was a well-attended service, but I was just left thinking like, where's such and such? Or where's that guy? Or where's this guy? Or where's that lady? Where's this person? I was literally sitting there thinking, my dad gave it all away, helping everybody. But in the end, again, these are the thoughts just flowing through my mind of, in the end, there's some people, they won't even show up at your funeral. These are the kind of things that I'll be sitting here thinking when I smoke a cigar, have me my little drink. I'm like, you know what, man? Some of these people who I've been sacrificing for, going without for, some of these people won't even show up at my funeral. Some of these people who I did everything for might not even send me a happy birthday text. And so what I said to myself is, in my life, what I'm going to do from here on out, if I don't see that goodness in you, if I don't see that you ain't got to celebrate me, but just some basic appreciation, just some kindness. In the past month, I just been on a journey reflecting on some of these things. I grew up in a space, yes, when you're poor, and when you finally get some money, you want everybody to like you. You want to throw the parties, because I never had no parties growing up. I didn't have no birthday parties. I didn't have any of that because we were poor. But when you finally start making some money, you want to share it with everybody because you're thinking like, yeah. But that's how a lot of people end up going broke. Think MC Hammer. Think all your favorite basketball player, rapper. It's because you think, I got it now. And if I just share it with everybody, it's going to be all good. But what I learned is when that money run out, when the ends run out, when the party stops, think about MC Hammer. MC Hammer had everybody on payroll. He had all of Oakland on payroll. When that money ran out, MC Hammer was making, I think, like $100 million a year. He was on. But when that money ran out, then all of a sudden he became like a joke. Remember that. Let me know if you remember that. When the money ran out, all of a sudden, people teasing him. MC Hammer with them funny pants on. MC Hammer, he can't really rap. MC Hammer this. Oh, he's trying to be gangster now. When that money ran out, the party ended. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. Look, you guys are here. You showed up strong. What did we talk about tonight? I don't know. I'm just a guy smoking a cigar, drinking some tequila, just vibing with my friends. I appreciate you all. I mean, listen. I said to my wife earlier, I said I don't hold no grudges, but I do have a memory. And she was saying to me, "Oh, why don't you invite this person, that person?" I'm like, I say, "Baby, you, I ain't doing that. I might forgive. I'm not gonna hold no grudges." And I think that's another thing about in life. You know, some things you gotta learn to let go. Sometimes people aren't gonna be who you wanted them to be. That's okay. Let it go. Don't trip on it. They weren't the friend that you thought they were. They weren't down for you like you thought they were. It's okay. I learned to let it go. I'm not gonna hold no grudges, but I do remember, and that's like in anything that you do. You guys know me from the cigar space, and I sit here. I'm like, damn, like the people love Rise and Grind. I'm like, damn, what happened to all them channels I helped out? What happened to such and such? Where's such and such? Where's this where's it? You know, but I'm like, oh. Don't hold no grudges. So maybe that's point number 4. Point number 1, be with people that's going to celebrate you, not tolerate you. Point number 2, don't waste time doing anything that doesn't wow you. Point number 3, some of the people at the party, only there for the party. Point number 4, don't hold no grudges. But you do need to remember. I mean, I ain't Santa Claus keeping a list, but I do remember. I'm like, okay, don't hold no grudges. Okay. Let me really unpack this thing here. Cigar Fellowship says when the cash cow dries up, no one gives a crap. These are some lessons. Tandem Man's here. Listen, there's some good people out here. That's why I love it when the show just speaks for itself. So here's a great content creator. When he started, I was like, hey man, just checking out his stuff, helping him out, doing whatever I could, There's some great people out here. Cigar Brother, Old Fogey Stogie. There's some good people out here. What I learned in life is, I ain't gonna hold no grudge. But I do remember. I do got a memory. Brother Dow says they now doing that to Dame Dash. I want you to explain that one. Unpack that one for me. Is it that people are doing Dame Dash wrong? Because I just did a show on Jay-Z. I used to love Dame Dash. I said this, that might have been on Tuesday. Let me know what you mean by that. Let me know. Unpack that one. Because, yes, I do think that, life is funny like that. So there are some things you don't learn until you got some years behind you. So I don't know if Dame Dash, I don't know if we're doing him wrong or if he's doing himself wrong. But we're going to have the conversation. I came saying I'm going to do a quick show. But since you guys are here and you're hitting the like button, and the algorithm is probably like, oh, dang, let's send some more people this way. All I said tonight I was going to do, usually I have something planned and prepared. I said, just turn the camera on, just talk to the people, just chill. You guys are here in good numbers, supporting it. I'm finishing this Monte Cristo number 4. Pulled out a Cuban, smoked the Romeo y Julieta short Churchill earlier. My friends are here. You guys support the channel. I thank you. I appreciate you. Travis said he smoked his first Cuban a couple weeks ago. Let me know how you enjoyed it. I smoked 2 Cubans tonight. Why? Just because I've been having a great time. Smoked the Andalusian Bull on Friday. Smoked the Principal Martinique last night. I'm just learning the lessons in life. And life is such a wonderful thing. You always think you know everything. If you told me at the age of 35, I thought I figured it all out. But now I'm 47, and now I'm like, damn, there's still more to learn. And so I told you what I think what my average demographic is. 35 to 55, average demographic. To the 35 years old on the live, watching, playback, whatnot. I mean, just keep living, keep learning the lessons. Life will show you the lessons. I say the stuff to you to try to save you a couple years. But if you just keep on living, life will reveal to you everything that you need to know. It's wonderful to throw the parties. I mean, I kid you not. I used to throw parties and have a DJ in my backyard. Like it was on. But I had to learn some lessons that, okay, well, when the DJ stopped, the worst thing you can do, let me break this down. You ever threw a big party and when the DJ stopped and the lights go back on, everybody leave and now you got to clean up by yourself? And you're like, dang, where's everybody at? Where's all the help? Like they know I got to clean this up by myself. Me and my wife got to clean up. We had 50 people in the backyard. Life will reveal some of these lessons to you. And again, the reason why I said point number 4, don't hold grudges, but just remember. The problem with holding grudges, because you become bitter. So even as I'm telling you guys these stories, I'm saying it with a smile on my face. I'm saying it like, damn. Oh man, okay, I remember that. Don't hold grudges because it eats away at you. If you ever wonder why sometimes you see older men, older women, they angry and they mad because they got all these grudges in them. They got all these memories for when people did them wrong. People will do you wrong. People who you helped. Like I said, just from a YouTube channel perspective, there's channels I helped. Don't help me. Don't even check for me no more. But I can say that with a smile. Don't let it make you bitter. Let it make you better. I'm going to say it again. I'm preaching here. I'm preaching. Hit the like button off of that. Hit the like button. It shouldn't make you bitter. It should make you better. There's going to be some lessons you got to learn. There's going to be some people that can't go with you to the next level. There's going to be some people you got to drop off. It's all good. It is what it is. At some point, you still got to be able to smile about it. You still got to continue being who you are. All the lessons in life, simply put, it should make you better, not bitter. And so everything that I've been learning, I've had a pretty eventful summer. I think you can say at the very least. But that's just the journey of life. And I love it. I love the journey. I love the journey. Oh, yeah. Old Fogey said he just subbed to Tandem Man. Oh, come on. Definitely. I hit up Tandem Man Stogies. Hit up Old Fogey Stogies. 2 great channels. And so make sure you guys check them out. What's up, Cigar Empire? I think he got a channel too. Much love to all the content creators. We see you. We appreciate you. You guys came out tonight. I'm just. Well, here's another thing I learned in life. It's a wonderful thing when you can just sit for like 2 hours and just talk. I mean, I think maybe. All right, I don't know if everybody can do it. I enjoy being able to do it because everything I'm saying is just coming from the heart. I said earlier, sometimes people get a little bit older and then they get angry and they become like the Mr. Get off my lawn kind of guy. And I found myself almost going to that place because sometimes when you live life and you help people and you do some different things, sometimes when you're young, you don't understand why old people are so angry. I'm going to say that again. Old people, listen, don't make me do the show by myself. Come on. You guys are the co-hosts. Everybody over the age of 40, 45. Everybody over the age of 45. Tap in with me on this one. Don't leave me out here by myself on this point. When I was a young man, I used to wonder, why are old people so miserable? Why are they so cantankerous? Why are they so mean? What is wrong with these old people? And when I started getting older, I started to understand why. I didn't understand it when I was 30, 35, even 40. When I hit 45, I'm like, oh, that's why folks be so mad all the time. That's why folks be so mean. That's why folks be so selfish. If you keep on living life, it can make you angry. But I do think that there's a greater lesson in that. Don't let it make you bitter. Let it make you better. And so I found myself getting mad and be like, but then I had to say, nah, man, look, man, that 35-year-old guy, he just don't know no better. That 30-year-old doesn't know any better. Maybe I can share. Maybe I can be a good example. Maybe I can show you what it looks like when people do you wrong, but you still smile and you're still okay about it. Maybe if I get more grounded in who I am, maybe if I stop doing things expecting something back, maybe if I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, maybe if I understand who I am in life at this point in my life, maybe I can go from being Mr. Get off my lawn and maybe I can be Mr. Hey, young fella, let me show you something. I mention all the time I play a whole lot of golf. I play golf on Saturday, and yes, play with some guys that's younger than me. And I remember, when I teed up my ball on the first hole, these guys were looking at me because, I tee up my ball and I do what I do. And they were like, what's he doing? What's all this alignment stuff? What's he doing? And I ripped that first swing about 250 yards straight in the middle. And they looked at me. They looked at each other, looked at me, and was like, okay, probably lucky shot. Second hole, about 240, straight down the middle. They're like, okay. And then as the day went on, now I can tell they looking at me like, okay, dude, okay, what is it that he does? He aligns and he sets up and by the time as we got to the end of the round, they were like, hey, so what is it that you're trying to do? What is this what I learned is at this point in my life, yeah, I'm different. I'm in a different stage. I'm in a stage where it's time for me to mentor. It's time for me to teach. It's time for me to help somebody out. It ain't time for me to be like, get off my lawn. You messing up my grass. It's time for me to teach a young man, hey, you want a lawn like this? Let me show you what I do. Don't get bitter as you get older. Get better. That's what I learned. All right, what's up, Francisco? Glad you're here. Yeah, we give props to the other channels. Listen, all we do is help. All we do is share positivity, motivation. Yeah, I'm going to be the old man. I'm going to be the old man that's smiling. I'm gonna be the old man that's gonna help other people out. I'm gonna be the old man that's gonna help. All right, y'all still here? Okay, I like this. Daryl says what people consider mean is understanding our boundaries. I like that. I mean, listen, I want to have the conversation because I've been really exploring this and just seeing, just coming to understand. I think the big problem is we don't understand each other, and so boundaries is definitely one thing. I dig it. I dig it. All right. I'm finishing up my cigar. You guys are here. You know I can talk for another hour, but I won't. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to bring you good quality. I'm not going to water down the show and just keep blabbing away. If you got questions, ask your question. Cigars burning. We came. I think we shared some lessons. Hopefully you benefited from it. I'm not a young man no more. Somebody told me at work, they said 3 more years and you'll be over the hill. I'm like, damn, really? All right, whatever. I ran 2 miles. Listen, I went to church and ran 2 miles when I got home, and I'm sitting talking to y'all. So, old man, whatever. Whatever. Call me what you want to. But I'm just here to help. I learned some lessons. I've been on a little journey. I'm not bitter. I think I'm better because of it. Don't let people waste your time. Don't even smoke a bad cigar. That's going to be my message going forward. Life is too short to smoke a bad cigar. We ain't doing it no more. We only smoking the best. We enjoying it. Friend says, why not celebrate with an Atabey? Let's see. I just recently smoked an Atabey. So there's an Atabey video coming out in a few days. In fact, on Thursday. No. I lied. You just got an Atabey video. So I lied. I could have, but I mean, there's so much good stuff. I celebrated with an Andalusian bull, and now I'm just smoking Cuban cigars. I mean, tonight. I figured, okay, what better way to round out my birthday? I'm going to go to work tomorrow and know that, hey, I hung out with my friends. Spoke to them for about 2 hours. 30 plus people showed up, and we just chatted. Smoked a couple Cuban cigars. I mean, I think that's a good way to end my birthday weekend. We better, not bitter. Yeah, my bulls are aged for a long time. In fact, I even said the bull I smoked on Friday, that thing burned quickly. I think because it was so well aged. I smoked it probably like in an hour, maybe hour and a half. Tasted every note. And so, yeah, I aged them for at least 3 years. I don't think I got any bull that I smoke anytime less than that. We appreciate you, my friends. So again, content coming out. Dropping some stuff on Tuesday, Thursday. Talking about cigars for just working men and women. Good quality cigars. I thank you guys for the birthday blessings. I appreciate you guys. What I've learned this weekend is there's good people out here. That's the bottom line. There's good people on social media. There's good people I know in real life. There's a lot of stuff to be happy about. All right. Atabey blacks are horrible. I mean, I did a whole video on it. Atabey blacks. And here's the thing. You know what? I'll probably smoke one. I'll smoke an Atabey black just to show you guys. I'm going to smoke an Atabey black next week. Next week, we'll do a show about something. I don't even know what. I'm going to smoke an Atabey black during the show. I didn't like them. I think that those are bad cigars. I said it in an entire video. Did not like them. The regular Atabeys are amazing. I don't like the blacks. Yeah, the bull that I smoked, that thing. Then again, I did have dinner reservations as I was smoking it, so I was probably smoking it a little bit quicker. But I enjoyed it. It's such a big cigar, the big Salomon shape. It's normally packed with moisture, so that probably leads to it burning slower, which means you tend to not get the taste. And so mine, I dried it out. I probably dried it out too much. Well, not too much, but I dried it out to where it just burned quickly and flavorfully. And so I enjoyed it. Thank you, my brother. De nada. Thank you. No, I mean, not de nada. Gracias. And so, I won't do a show on Tuesday. I know I've been doing, I might have to scale it back a little bit. I've been going hard. You got to admit it. I've been doing the Tuesdays and Sundays. I got some church stuff. I mean, I literally had to say to myself, like, dude, you need to get your church back in order. So I can't do the Tuesday shows anymore. Well, not right now. And so I'll just be probably doing Sundays. So you're going to get your content, a couple of videos throughout the week, a couple of shorts. I won't be doing Tuesdays probably for the next month. Yeah, life got a little busy on me. So there won't be a show on Tuesday. I'll be back on Sunday. We'll talk about something. All right, we here to help. I think we did good tonight. I appreciate your support. You guys showed up. I'm trying to end the show and people just keep joining. All right. I'll entertain maybe 2 more questions. I'm smoking a Monte Cristo number 4. I still got tequila in the glass. We're going to end because I ain't going to just sit here and lollygag. The Marifel, I found those to be overrated. Yeah. Definitely priced way too high. And so, yeah, I haven't been digging them. I'll pass on the Marifel. Francisco, he says Friday. Oh, Sundays is listen, all right. So football is about to start. And so I said this from the start. We're going to do Sunday nights. It's easier for me. And there's nothing else going on a Sunday night. So I figured, okay, I'll jump on, help the people out. Come football season, I'm not doing this on a Sunday night. And so come August, September, we might switch back to we might switch back to Fridays. We'll see. Let's see. Great question. Coming up on 50. I'm only 47. That's a long time from now. Have I done the things in life I dreamed of as a child? I would say yes. Some coworkers were having this question. They said, "Oh, what's your unfulfilled dream?" And I was like, I did it. I went from being poor in a third world country, came back to America, and I did it. I don't have a lot of regrets. Every idea I've ever had to do, I did it. I mean, I just made it happen. The last thing I've essentially already written a book, which was my dissertation. I want to get that published. And I think when I become a published author, so I think that'll be the last feather in my cap. So that's one thing. I've never really held back on the things I want to do. I want to travel more. I want to spend some time in Africa, more time in Asia. But other than that, anything I'm supposed to have done, I did it. I did it. So 51 is worse because, time ain't going to stop. All right, I'm happy being 47. I'm going to enjoy this. All right, we came. I love your support, guys. You guys are here. And you stayed. Listen. Let's see. The subject of my dissertation, it dealt with social construction, particularly within the Black church. Looking at hermeneutics, how interpretation and rhetoric is used We'll end this way. Y'all here. What my dissertation covered is how words matter and the impact that words have on people. I did that from the standpoint of being a preacher. I did that during a time of political campaigns was going on. I did that at a time where people were saying a whole lot of stuff. And so I did a whole study on the power of words, the power of speeches and sermons. And now here we are a couple years later. This is why when I sit here in front of you, I hope my words have a positive impact. I hope my words are going to help somebody. This is why I can't just be like, oh, just do a show and just talk about some random stuff. No. My entire dissertation was based upon how words can change how an entire community thinks. A lot of people like to talk about the cigar community, positive, negatives, but I don't even know if their words help. Like, don't talk about the cigar community and then talk about if your words are just going to hype up more cigars. Don't talk about the cigar community if you just going to make us buy expensive cigars. Don't talk about the cigar community if you ain't helping nothing with your words. And so for me, what I've done is crazy. It's a cigar show, but I want at the end of it, you're like, damn, he helped us. He made our lives better. He changed the way we think. And so that's what my studies have been on. I'm the kind of preacher, I ain't just preaching for the sake of preaching. I wanted to help you. And so we hope we have helped you. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I know we helped you. Look, 2 hours. Was not planning to do it at all. All we did is help. We helped today. We showed up. I got my minister of propaganda here. We're going to get the words out. We're changing everything. If we've helped you, help us back. Check out the content that's coming out this week. Check out the old content. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button even now as I wrap up and give my outro. I think a lot of people will be helped by what we talked about today. Only go in spaces where you are celebrated, not just tolerated. Don't waste your time. Don't smoke bad cigars. Don't hang out with people who you giving them Opus X love and they giving you Rocky Patel attention. There's lessons in here, my friends. Don't get bitter. Get better. I've had a wonderful birthday celebration. Like, comment, subscribe. But most importantly, rise and grind.